So I'm just almost on the border of New York State and New Jersey. This is in Ringwood, New Jersey. I'm in the woods here looking for remnants of an old ski resort that was here, or a ski place. I don't know how many slopes. I don't know much about this at all. But I know there's remnants here. There's an old machine up here. There's some old chairlift equipment. So I figured I'd come up and try to find it. Came up to the Ringwood State Park area by the Shepherd Lake. Started walking into the woods, and I can see these pine trees are all very oddly planted here. And so that was my first indication that this is probably one of the old slopes. The machine that I'm looking for it's an old military machine that was revamped and turned into like a snow groomer. So there will be more information on that later when I find it, hopefully. There's signs that something was here at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a makeshift chicane or something to slow people down as they got close to the parking lot and to the lake down there. As we're walking, you're going to hear gunshots probably. There's a skeet shooting area right around the corner. Yeah, before New Jersey State bought the land in 1964, a ski area was operated at Shepherd Lake called Thunder Mountain. At some time it was called Eagle Mountain, but I digress. While still in private hands, the old LVT landing vehicle tract was repurposed as a snow groomer as well as for other uses. It's not clear whether it was used by the state after 1964, as the ski operation continued to operate until 1973. Today, the old ski hill site is wooded, although remnants of the old lift equipment still exist. Looks like an old tow rope, my guess. Chime in if you know. But I'd say that's probably what that was. Looks like originally this was up. And the back was cemented into the ground. Yeah, I don't really want to peek over that hill because I'm pretty sure that's where that skeet shooting spot is. He dead? No, just hiding. Not dead. So I found this stuff too. Bunch of pipes. Probably for water. For the snowmakers. Goes all the way up the hill. And now actually as I'm showing you this looks like it was some sort of a tower. Still no sign of the groomer though. That's what I'm looking for. Strange things in the woods here. Let's see. There's more equipment. Your guess is as good as mine. So here's the top. Boy, we are very close to that skeet shooting spot now. But look at this. Top of the chairlift. Wow, that's cool. It's always cool to see stuff like this on the woods. Especially when you're getting shot at. I think they're shooting away from me. Let's hope. Yeah, it still has some of the cable on it. Let's see. Yeah, my guess is they wouldn't be shooting into this because, like I said, this is a state park. I hope. Did I just see something? Did I just see a head? I don't know. I think this is the skeet shooting. Whew. All right, let's see what else we got here. So I'm really close to that skeet shooting place now, and you can see that they clearly dump a lot of their shells, shotgun shells, and spent ammunition into the woods here, right next to, or I don't know if it's a part of the state park or not. Hundreds of them all in the woods. That's always nice. Alright, still no sign of that vehicle, but I found what I think is another slope. Came down through here, and the reason I know is because, well, there's a lot of clearing, much younger trees, and you can see the fencing here, just like the one when I was coming up. So that's my guess. So I'm still looking for this beast somewhere in the woods here. And a sea of poison ivy here. Fun fact about me is I have never been affected by poison ivy, ever. Like, I could roll around in it and not have an issue. So, I'm not too worried about it. So not a very big ski area at all. I feel like New Jersey had a bunch of those really small, 2-3 slope ski areas. So it's after 5 o'clock and the skeet shooting range is closed. So I came back up to the top of the hill beyond where that chairlift was. But I want to shout out where I saw the pictures. It was on Facebook. The Facebook group is called Metro Trails. He goes all over the place and does all these crazy hikes and documents a lot of interesting stuff. It's a pretty big group on Facebook. So that's where I saw it. It's funny, I'm all the way over from where I saw those shells. These are all BBs. Millions of them, all throughout the woods. That's why I didn't want to come over here before. Alright, so I'm making it back down that hill, the ski mountain, whatever you want to call it, and getting back down by the lake. I believe it's called Shepherd Lake. And look at this. If I can get through here. Looks like an old church. This is, I think, all part of the state park. So it's not like it's quote-unquote abandoned or anything, but I don't think it's used anymore. I don't know anything about it, though. Very pretty. Maybe they use it. I don't know. It doesn't look like it, though. Beautiful stonework there. Look at that door. Wow. And that woodwork. Let's see what it looks like from the side. Yeah, very pretty church. Okay, fast forward to the next day. I could not find it, figured it was gone, and then did a little more research online and found out that I was in the completely wrong area of this whole state park area. And so I came back out, and here it is. So you can see the track system that it used to have, or that it had here. Now this thing has been completely stripped down. Look underneath it, you can see the... Oh, there's definitely a snake under there. Anyway. Oh yeah, you can see the other track system. And this I guess this would come down. So the shape of the nose, the unique mounting of the road wheels for the treads, the tall tracks, the matching return roller on the side, the drop-down ramp at the rear, so you could tell that it was definitely one of these old LVTs. Now, while I was doing research, I was reading some of the comments. Like, people would post a picture of this and say, "Does anybody know what this is?" And then people were saying, "Yeah, it's an old military vehicle. You know, the guy who owned the ski resort, all the property back in the 60s or whatever, bought it surplus after World War II. And apparently it was sitting around for a long time, for years or whatever. It wasn't really running. And then some people that lived locally befriended this owner, and they said, "Hey, we used to be in the mechanics in the Navy. We could probably get this thing going." And the owner said, "Yeah, have at it." So they got it going. They used to drive it all around. So there's comments online of people that used to go to the lake up here, Shepherd Lake, and they remember the summertime just getting rides around the lake and in the lake. Became almost like a community type vehicle. I heard that they used to use it as the groomer up on the ski slopes. And then when they sold the property back in the, I guess it was like the late 60s to the state, and then this thing just, maybe after actually the ski resort closed in 73, and maybe then this was kind of just left in the woods, and then slowly was picked apart, little pieces here and there taken off of it over the years. Back in the 60s, a gentleman by the name of Bill Wilson from Teaneck, New Jersey, owned the Thunder Mountain Lodge, which had a big lake, which is, I guess, Shepherd Lake. He learned of an amphibious tank that was available on surplus from the Army. He'd purchased it and had it delivered to the lodge on a flatbed. The problem was that it was not in working order. Some parts had been stripped off of it. The amphibious vehicle had a 9-cylinder aircraft engine for propulsion. My neighbor and I, Eddie Clancy, whose family owned Clancy Cleaners of Haskell, New Jersey, went over and looked at the tank, talked to Mr. Wilson. He agreed to have me work on the tank to see if I could get it running. I was a Navy aircraft mechanic, so it was a good challenge for me. And he said that they got it running, and every weekend they took guests from the lodge out for the same trip around through the woods and into the water. I'm sure it was a lot of fun. But for some reason, they ditched it here. And this is where it will sit until, who knows, I don't know how long this is going to be here for. Many, many, many decades to come probably, because it is some serious thick metal. The tank is what it was known as. All the kids called it a tank, which I can understand, especially in that green. If you compare it, it definitely looks like a tank. All right, very happy to have found it. I left very defeated. It usually does not happen, but unfortunately I was totally in the wrong spot. So very happy that I found it, but still you should check out that guy Mike, his Facebook group, Metro Trails. Interesting guy. They go to all kinds of, well, I guess everybody chimes in now, but he used to travel and go on all these different hikes all throughout the tri-state area. So anyway, all right, I'm getting out of here. See you in the next video.